And away we go. It is the Nightcap brought to you by Hail Mary Sports Bar right here on BearcatJournal.com. Hail Mary's located in Cheviot, right on Harrison Avenue. They're in the Dora District. You can go from bar to bar with your drinks, but why would you do that? You can stay right at Hail Mary's. They have 27 TVs, a 9-screen video wall, not a bad seat in the house. They have the DirecTV Sports package, so you get all the games, and Cincinnati Sports will always be on the video wall. They don't have a kitchen, but they do have food trucks on the weekends and randomly throughout the weeks. Brand new walk-in cooler, brand new draft lines. And not only do they pour the coldest Cincy Light around, but you can get it in a 32.8 degree frosted glass. All right, here we go. Live from the Cincy Light studios. Talking about Talkin on a Tuesday. Aaron loves this crossover basketball football season where, at least we're not getting basketball players.
It's not that I mind the crossover. It's all the press conferences, all the press conferences.
I mean, like the Talking about Talkin crossover when we do Tuesdays, and there's everything all in one day, and you get to watch all the videos after you run the daycare for 10 hours.
Yeah.
Have at it, Aaron. Talking about Talkin. Let's get to it.
All right. Starting off with Coach Scott Satterfield. The team didn't play well last week. No. It is senior night this week.
We want him to be honest, Aaron. He was honest.
Are you sure?
He got their ass kicked.
Kansas State got after us, and we couldn't recover. We played a little bit better in the second half, but it was too far gone. We are playing a team that's hot. Every game, they've scored more than 34 points except for 2. Their wide receivers are outstanding. TCU, correct. Their wide receivers are outstanding. The quarterback is 6th in the country in passing. This is the last game of the year. It is at Nippert night. It is senior day for guys like Eric Phillips, Mason Fletcher, John Williams. Those were the names he mentioned. We'll see who else walks. Expecting 25 to 30 guys. The first 4 to 5 running plays against Kansas State was for -7 yards, -8 yards, something like that. And
-7.
Kansas State went and scored on the first 4 possessions. 3rd and 4th down was frustrating. TCU is very accurate. They have 4 to 5 guys they can get the ball to, both horizontally and vertically. They have a very similar offensive attack to Colorado. That didn't bode well. You don't want to give up big plays. You have to do a great job of staying on top, keep them in front of you, knocking it down. There are a few guys that will walk for senior day that have eligibility left. Again, 25 to 30 guys that they expect to walk. It's going to be cold on Saturday. Could be windy or snowy. The effect that weather is going to have depends on that particular player. It could go either way. He doesn't expect it to necessarily have an effect on the Texas team. Jack Beck plays hard. He has size. He runs like a little guy at 6'2", 215. Plays almost like a tight end, though. He is going to be a tough matchup, and the worst part about it is you can't just focus on him. They have not, as a football office, discussed bowl eligibility with the loss. Good. Going into the offseason with a win, springboards things. It is a lot more of a positive vibe when you're bringing guys in to visit during bowl game practice. I can only imagine. December used to be the best, but now you have to worry about recruiting, roster management, who's coming back, who's not coming back, the transfer portal, high school kids. A bowl game could give a lot of opportunities, especially for the young guys that would be returning next week. The missed passes for Brendan Sorsby have been what coach sees as mechanics, and the fact that he's pressing a bit too much. I don't know that Brendan agreed with the mechanics part, but and Corey Kiner has been unbelievable. He has a no, sir, I'm ready to go mentality every day. And if you could have everyone be like him every day, that's what you want. He is the definition of a Bearcat.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
I agree.
Corey has for 3 years pretty much put it on the line.
He's a grinder.
Yeah.
Just straight up grinder.
Like, Jerome Ford had like some flash, like the long runs, like
Jerome Ford was a sports car. Corey Kiner is old reliable. I'm gonna get you from A to B, and you won't have to worry about a thing.
So Mike Warren was a tank.
He's a truck.
Jerome Ford was a sports car.
Mm-hmm.
What is Kiner? Like a F-150?
I mean, I almost want to say I don't want to say a Honda, but I mean just the fact that he's gonna give you
he's like a Toyota Camry that like somebody's got 373,000 miles on.
He's
like
reliable.
A 96 Camry that they've literally been driving since 96, and it's just never gone out on them.
Just reliable, absolutely reliable. Brendan Sorsby said it's not easier to play quarterback in cold weather. He also said that Hoover was the reason he was at Indiana after he decommitted. So he's going to make sure to thank him for that. He's got a chip on his shoulder after being passed not only by Texas, but also by the entire country. And he wants to prove everyone else that they are wrong. Got to make those passes.
Right.
He is still focused on winning 6 games. It is a big game for all the seniors, and he wants to win for them. He disagreed that it is his mechanics, and he needs to be calm in the pocket. So kind of what Sat was talking about as far as pressing too much. And he needs to focus on being accurate. We'd all agree. Said that Gavin Gerhardt has been huge for us. He is a vocal leader, and he isn't afraid to get on Brendan as well, which has been good for Brendan. He said that teams are trying to shut Joe Royer down, and other guys like Tony Johnson, Jamoy Mays have stepped up. And he said that TCU does not have too complicated of a defense, but they do their jobs well. So,
that would be nice.
Luke Kandra said that Senior Day is humbling because this is his hometown. It's special, especially with it being Nip at Night that he's excited about and having the opportunity to still earn. Said that Corey wants to know what he can do to help the team always, and it's inspiring. Corey's play is inspiring to help get him the extra yards. Said TCU has a very talented front 7, and he is interested to see their funky looks. He likes the cold, and said it's about time we get the weather. Said his pass blocking has improved most this season, more than any other part of his play, and says it's, again, just reiterated that it's awesome to play in front of Nip at Night, and it's very exciting. Corey Kiner wants to go out and win, same as every week. Old reliable. Believes the whole team feels the same as him and wants to win. In his mind, the score is always 0-0. It's hit or be hit, and he is not going to let it be him, which we saw when he just manhandled that safety. Just threw him on the ground. Said that it is amazing to get Nip at Night, especially his last time as a player in this stadium. It's going to be in front of his family and friends. He's really excited about that. This is probably my favorite line of the entire day. He said, cold weather, hot weather, I don't care. Just wants to run the ball. Give the man the rock. Just saying. He thanks his family for traveling to every game. Thanks his teammates. Thanks his coaching staff. And especially Coach Nico, who boosted and developed his confidence starting last year. So that's been a big thing for him. Said that he tells Evan Pryor, Manny Covey, and all of the backs in the room to keep working. You never know when your moment is going to be, and to keep a good attitude. And I think that this dude lives that.
Always got a smile. Like,
man.
Like, you'll find him right after a game when he does a post-game presser where you can tell, like, if they've lost, he's a little frustrated. But, like,
sure,
whenever you talk to Corey, like you at some point in time, you see that smile.
Always. And he said it's an honor to be on the list and in the history book, not only at Roger Bacon, his high school here in the city, but also at the University of Cincinnati and wearing his city across his chest. Speaking of playing for their city, Dante Corleone said that he has the option to walk, but he is focused on this week. Said that the defense was undisciplined last week, and they have to step up and make plays. The loss last week was as much on the defense as much as it was on the offense, because if they keep the team from scoring, they have an opportunity to win. Said
Both
that,
sides are bad. I'll agree.
Said that TCU has athletes and they have to have their best week of practice. Said he knows that fans will show up, but he encourages them to do so all the same. Said that this team is setting the foundation so that when he leaves, when the other guys leave, the next guys behind them step up and so on. And they have to make every effort this week so that their season is not over. Said that he thinks that the weather is going to be a big surprise for this Texas team. The vibe in the locker room is still good, but they got to win for the seniors, which I thought was interesting that he said the seniors, not for like referring to him as himself as one of the seniors.
Right.
Said that they have been itching for a nip at night as it is a different atmosphere. Had no comment when asked if he is going to be walking or not. Said that the effort from Kansas State was completely different from the get-go, and they had way more juice. And this team has got to get to Hoover, or he is going to light the scoreboard up. Switching over to hoops, Coach Wes Miller said they, regardless of it being a holiday week, maximize practice every day. He expects that every day. They can only control what they can control and control what they do today. Said that Alabama State is better than their name. They're really well organized and coached. Said wouldn't be surprised to see them in the NCAA tournament. Said Jizzle has consistent work. He is not surprised with what everyone else is seeing. And Jizzle is as much of an everyday guy as anyone he's ever been around. Said that Alabama State has really, really good guard play. They can put points on you in a hurry, especially in transition. Said that Dan Skillings shot for the first time on Sunday, had another workout yesterday. He is running on a treadmill, and he is progressing on the floor, which is what you want to see. Said that depth has to be a strength if they are going to be a team, the team that they want to be. Injuries and foul trouble with AP showed just that. Day coming back has benefited Coach Wes Miller the most. And Day just simply makes everybody better. Makes Jizzle better, makes Connor better, just really makes everybody on the floor better.
I would agree with that.
Sure. Got to get healthy. Day and Jizzle are getting reps in practice together now, and Tech was the first time this season that they got extended minutes. So it's still a work in progress, but they also saw time last season, so it's not as if this is something new.
Right.
He believes that everything you go through in non-con prepares you for league play. Even the bad stuff is an opportunity to grow. Get the bad stuff out now, because you don't have time for bad stuff against this league.
Oh,
My goodness.
I don't know, Aaron. Have you looked at Ken Palm today?
I don't think you realize how busy I am with these kids. So no.
You have a phone.
I have to
They're number
watch
2,
them.
and the old one watches the little one. You're good.
That is not how it works.
They're number 2 in the Big 12 right now.
There you go.
In Ken Palm.
Number 6 overall. Didn't they bump up to 6?
Number
Did I
6
see that?
overall, number 2 in the Big 12. I mean, I'm just saying, maybe they're one of the 2 or 3 best teams in this league.
Oh, you put them in the second tier yesterday.
I did. I still think that for now. That's why I said maybe.
2 years ago, they were in Maui. He wants to be there right now, but with all of the transitions, they didn't want that for this team and said that they will probably be in an MTE like that next year, as they have now played through most of the contracts that the Bone Zone left them in. He didn't mention the Bone Zone, but I did.
Well, some of it too is going into the Big 12, not knowing how many conference games,
Right.
not knowing, do you have to play in the SEC Big 10 or Big 12 Challenge? Do you have to play in the Big East Big 12 Challenge? Like, there was a lot of shit that was unknown that made it difficult to schedule 6, 8, 12 months in advance. Like, I know people got upset about it, but that's just the reality of how scheduling works sometimes. And they have bad contracts from the Bone Zone.
Yes. How we respond is a massive piece of every day, and they practice that way. Said he went on a long spiel on Tyler Betsy. Tyler is terrific. He is pretty special. Coach's mom likes him. Said that there is no surprise with Tyler Betsy. He's a surface scratcher. He's just scratching the surface. Said that the biggest thing
would you hang around somebody that scratched below the surface?
That's a weird place to be. Said that the biggest thing for Tyler was getting him up to speed defensively. He is still not there yet, but he is improving. He's had an impact on rebounding already, and they're working on Tyler being more aggressive offensively.
Yep.
Said that people are looking at our program and they notice fans traveling to away games. Prospects especially are looking at that, and they see the engaged fan bases. And this team, they don't like to talk about family. They try to be about it. That's all I got. 17
Don't
minutes.
talk about it, Aaron. Be about it.
17 minutes of talking about.
Like, where would you scratch below the surface? It just sounds like it hurts.
Do you have anything else?
I never thought about it before. Surface scratchers. I don't want somebody that's like a below the surface scratcher. That I don't trust that person. That's the nightcap. Dave and I tomorrow, Wednesday at 1:00 for the BCJ pod this week with the basketball game Wednesday night and Thanksgiving on Thursday. Aaron and I will do a 3 keys at some point in time. I'm not sure when. That's the nightcap, brought to you by Hail Mary Sports Bar, live from the Cincy Light Studios, right here on BearcatJournal.com.
See ya!